Dovlet in the black, Neto in the white trunks.
Sir, you ready? Sir, you ready? Fight!
Touch of the gloves, and we are underway at 205 pounds. Leg kick to open the action from Dovlet. This time he goes to the low calf. The longest pro fight of Jakub Neto's young career only took 6 minutes and 16 seconds. He likes a fast start. Right hand searching there for Jakub Neto. Dovlet Yagshimuradov has 3 times the professional experience. Wouldn't mind taking this fight into the later rounds.
Dovlet's got 12 knockouts to his credit in his career.
Good uppercut there on the exit after a brief clash. Dovlet Yagshimuradov showing his experience, already going to work on the lead leg of Jakub Neto. Trying to take away the broad base. Overhand right landed for Dovlet.
Oh, Dovlet hurt him with that overhand.
He's got Neto hurt.
And he knows it as well.
Smelling blood early. Dovlet Yagshimuradov continuing to swing away. The right hand is landing. Another uppercut.
Neto's in trouble.
He's in big trouble here on wobbly legs. Dovlet hammering away with the right hand. Somehow Jakub Neto still standing. Yagshimuradov stalking.
Dovlet's doing a great job of keeping his composure. You got hurt 10 seconds ago, he's still hurt. Take your time, look at the shot. Don't run into nothing silly.
The left eye closing up here for Jakub Neto, who blinks away some of that damage. Now Dovlet with the jab. Ducks underneath the swing. Drives Jakub Neto into the barrier.
Surprised me he went for the takedown. He had him pretty close to a finish at that point.
Dovlet backs out of that takedown attempt. Neto appears to have shaken most of those cobwebs out as he works behind this jab. He's got to watch out. That overhand right continues to land.
And it's also continuing to swell up that left eye. So he's blinking right now when you look at Jakub.
Jab to the body from Dovlet, mixing it up, giving multiple looks. Ian Parker, how do we bet this fight as Dovlet lands another big, nasty right hand, and there's the finish. Dovlet Yagshimuradov.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Keith Peterson calls a halt to the action at 2 minutes and 54 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner via TKO, Dovlet Yagshimuradov.
Simon Biong there in the light trunks. Dovlet Yagshimuradov in the dark blue. Touch of the gloves. Orthodox stance for both of these fighters. Randy, you spent some time at heavyweight fighting much taller guys. How does Dovlet Yagshimuradov work his way in against a guy who's 6 inches taller than him?
He's definitely got to keep his head moving. He doesn't want that stationary target. He's got to keep the takedown on the table, at least fake that little level change and try and set his entries up that way.
A couple of leg kicks here from Dovlet. Rob Wilkinson, 2022 champ, looking on with interest. High kick attempt again there from Simon Biong. Wheel kick landed on the chest there for Dovlet.
The base behind that kick, though.
kicks of Dovlet Yagshimuradov are so powerful. Good work by Simon Biong to stay out of distance, right outside of that hooking range. Heavy leg kick.
The difference between Dovlet and Simon, he is trying to throw a thigh kick. Dovlet's trying to throw a calf kick, which really is a game changer. It really takes your momentum and your spring off that front leg.
Yagshimuradov has the luxury of patience in this fight, whereas Biong needs to get the finish in these next 2.5 minutes. That last calf kick from Dovlet, I think, started to interrupt the motion of the lead leg.
Dovlet will wobble his right hand and then throw that right calf kick. It's like a little distraction. He'll move that right hand around, and then you know that right calf kick is coming.
Because the body motion kind of similar to an overhand right. So you make it look like overhand right, then throw the little calf kick.
Inside of 2 minutes now in this first round.
Simon is definitely a little ginger on that lead leg already. He's landed about 5 or 6 of those calf kicks on that lead leg. Dovlet has.
Whoa! Spinning back fist landed on the shoulder of Simon Biong.
Sean, that may have slid off the shoulder and hit the head a little bit as well. He throws everything with 1,000,000% power.
There's that spinning kick again. Heel dug into the side of Simon Biong. What's most impressive is the way that after throwing those big techniques, you see him just drift outside the range again.
I think Dovlet's style is important, that he can explode then relax. Explode then relax.
Body lock here for Biong. Knee up the middle from Dovlet. Now double underhooks there. Big overhand from Dovlet Yagshimuradov. Biong shrugs it off as we approach the final 10 seconds of the first round. Axe kick attempt. We will see the second round when we return. A light heavyweight contest between Dovlet Yagshimuradov in the dark blue trunks and Simon Biong in the light blue. The opening of the second round sees Biong eliminated from playoff contention. Dovlet needs a win of any kind. See the live odds still heavily in his favor. Nice calf kick again.
Biong is bleeding actually from the calf.
Split the skin with those kicks. Big John McCarthy, how'd you feel about round one? What's it scored like?
You know, it was a slow round for both fighters, a lot of feeling out, but the big shots, the heavy shots were all landed by Yagshimuradov, so he gets the round 10-9, easy.
Now Biong starting to switch stances, likely to protect that lead calf that saw so much damage.
Yeah, you're looking at Simon. He's literally trying to corner Yagshimuradov off, and what he needs to do is utilize his jab, utilize feints. He's already had to switch stance because those calf kicks, I'm trying to tell you, they add up. Right now you see overhand, power overhand, and you're gonna see a calf kick come right after that because they look similar as you throw them.
Little switch foot and a left hand from Yagshimuradov. Some combat sports dignitaries here beside the smart cage tonight. Henry Cejudo, Triple C, Glory champion. Our team also taking in the action.
Straight right to the gut by Yagshimuradov.
Everything from his right side is a problem. The calf kick, the body kick, the overhand right.
Halfway through round number 2, halfway through this fight in the light heavyweight division. Young tentatively goes back to the orthodox stance.
It's like Biong's trying to counterpunch now. He's waiting for Yagshimuradov to go up first and then counter strike. Not having much success with it yet.
Reach down to catch that calf kick. That can open up some danger later on if Yagshimuradov gets the read on it. Overhand right again, lances off the forehead.
You see Biong controlling the hand position. That's a very smart move. You don't want any type of slipping uppercuts, short hooks landing from this position. Control the wrist, try to circle off the cage as soon as possible.
Let's go, stay busy against that cage.
Short uppercut from Dovlet. Biong trying to make these knees mean something.
Time.
That one went low.
Hey, hey, hey! Come over here. Come over here. Stay right here.
Definitely got some movement on the cup there.
In every matchup that we've had with the height was a big difference. The groin strikes are going to come.
Big John, we're back in action here.
Yeah, that was a quick go by Biong. You got to give him credit because he took a good shot. It was not on purpose. It's a difference in the height, but he did take a good shot to the groin.
Nice hook from Biong in that clash. Now loosening up to throw some more. Again, he tries to reach down on the calf kick attempt.
Better quit reaching down. The head kick's going to follow right after it.
Takedown attempt here. Yagshimuradov able to wrestle Simon Biong down in the final 10 seconds.
Nice little snatch single by Yagshimuradov.
Time.
Third and final round.
Ready? Hey.
Display of sportsmanship and back to the action. AI score gave the second round to Yagshimuradov. Big John McCarthy, how do you see this fight going into the third?
I have the same as AI. Yagshimuradov is the guy that is controlling the fight. He's the one landing the better shots. If you're Biong, you've got to be offensive, and when you're not throwing, you're not offensive, so it's hard to win the round.
I heard Biong corner tell him to check the leg kick and throw the right hand. I disagree with that. I think he needs to do what we talked about behind the scenes. Step back, get out of range of the kick, and then counter. Because unless your shin is built of steel, you're not going to check those kicks well.
Young now forcing Yagshimuradov to be defensive here in the third round. Dovlet reaching for this takedown, head outside single, twists it around, and down to the ground they go.
Another little snatch single and runs the pipe to get Byung on his back.
The Dovlet has Byung attention with the kicks, with the punches, with the takedowns. So now he can just kind of mix it up with variety. Byung is not winning from his back. He needs to get up, hand control, and get up at all costs.
Yeah. Cross grip, get those legs in the fight, create some space, scramble up. Here now against the fence, he can start to walk up that cage, use that hand, but Yagshimuradov has captured that hand now.
Yeah, he needs to angle his body one direction, put two hands on one, and keep that until he stands all the way up.
Yagshi getting elevation with his head now. Guy with elevation is generally the guy in control. Now Simone should be able to post on that head, try and get his hips up and get back to a knee and then potentially a foot.
Let's go.
Yagshimuradov stepping over those legs, trapping him. He's just stealing minutes here. He's not worried about damaging him. He knows he's got this fight in the bag. He's taking himself out of harm's way. He's not going to get caught with something silly if your opponent's on his back and butt.
And it's just frustrating. You were so close to getting away. You get your legs taken from underneath you. Then you get him hooked like he has right there. It's very difficult to get up from that position. The youngin is to push his head away with two hands and then good wrist control.
Take a listen into the red corner of Dovlet Yagshimuradov.
Keep working, stay busy. 1 minute 50. Pull him down, pull him down. Pull, pull, pull. Excellent, yeah, throw punches. Excellent. Well done. Pull him down, pull him down.
Byung working back to his feet here. See if he can extricate himself from the grip of Dovlet for the final 90 seconds of this fight.
Nice job by Simone. That arm over to the whizzer, and now trying to dig that other left side underhook in and pull Yagshimuradov up chest to chest. Keep from being dumped right back to the mat.
Break, make it clean. Center up, let's go.
Stalemate against the cage. A reset for the final 45 seconds. Good elevation on that snatch single from Dovlet Yagshimuradov.
In wrestling, sometimes we do that to mentally break our opponent.
Yeah.
We took him down, he gets up, and you take him right back down after he did all that work.
Psychologically disheartening to fight your way all the way back to your feet and then get put right back down there. Beautiful flare on the finish of that single leg.
Now Dovlet likely to ride this out inside control. Final few seconds of this light heavyweight contest. Final bell. And Dovlet Yagshimuradov appears to have secured his playoff spot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout 30-27. To your winner via unanimous decision and clinching their place in the playoffs, Dovlet Yagshimuradov.
Rob Wilkinson in the black. Dovlet Yagshimuradov in the blue. Sean O'Connell, Randy Couture, Dan Hardy, cage side betting expert Ian Parker in the building as well. Our rules and judging expert Big John McCarthy will check in when necessary. Southpaw stance for Dovlet.
Nice little touch over the lead hand there from Rob Wilkinson. Patted the lead hand down, just touched him in the face, just to check that range. But you can see Wilkinson staying on the outside right now. It's going to be interesting how he deals with the kicks of Yagshimuradov. I wonder if he has different game plans for different stances, because the southpaw Yagshimuradov is making him a little tentative to close distance.
Dovlet not afraid to throw spinning attacks. Big lancing right hand there from Rob Wilkinson. He will use it almost as a jab in this opposite stance, this open stance here.
You can see that bullying style, how he just pushes his opponent back against the fence. Really tries to dominate the smart cage every time.
Josh Silveira, one half of our main event, looking on. He hopes to earn a spot in the championship tonight and fight whoever wins this bout. This is a playoff semifinal. Winner moves on to a $1 million championship opportunity in November. Switch of the stance and immediately the combination from Dovlet, but the jab stays long from Wilkinson. Ate a right hand there for his efforts.
Man, ate it, chewed on it, swallowed it. Didn't seem to be bothered at all by it, but it's certainly going to get his respect if he catches him again. You can see Dovlet just kind of reading Wilkinson, seeing where he moves, seeing how he moves. Ouch.
Clash of the shins there.
Both guys, holy cow.
I don't think anybody won that exchange. There's a nice front kick to the midsection as well. You can clearly see Wilkinson respects the skills of Yagshimuradov.
Well, you have to. We saw him knock out Jakob Neto in the first half of the regular season. Big power. It was a right hand that was the big difference in that fight. He can also throw from the southpaw stance, power from the left.
Man, he's quick off the mark, Yagshimuradov. This is a better position for Wilkinson, where there's a lot less movement for his opponent. There's that right hand over the top again. Wilkinson just dipped his head to get underneath it slightly.
We've seen Wilkinson in the past. He'll close the distance with punches, then he grabs a hold of that nasty clinch and does work with his knees. Dovlet trying to egg the Australian on.
Wilkinson realizing that Dovlet is waiting for those offensive things to counter punch.
This is where feinting comes into play. You've got to feint hard to get someone's reaction.
Swinging away here. Both guys right at the end of the range in the punches. Nothing solid yet to land. Both of these men with the power to change everything with a single strike. Good heavy leg kick from Wilkinson.
Right into the thigh meat of Yagshimuradov. Wilkinson getting a little out of shape there as he's crashing forward, losing a bit of discipline. He needs to keep himself tighter, because Yagshimuradov will try and slip counter, and you don't want your chin in the air when he does that. There it is.
Landed the right hand. Now Rob says, bring it.
He's just so good at getting his head to the outside of his opponent's punch. Lets the jab drift past his shoulder, and then comes over the top.
Yagshimuradov's so explosive. When he goes 100%.
Look at the stats piling up at the bottom of your screen. Wilkinson has landed one more than Dovlet has. Both of these guys showing a lot of respect to the other's speed and power. And I think strong work here in the first frame. The quickness from Wilkinson. Big takedown attempt from Dovlet.
Clamps onto the guillotine a second time. It was a good threat, good enough to get his opponent to abandon the takedown attempt.
There's a blitzing attack from Wilkinson, taking advantage of the breath that Dovlet was taking after the takedown attempt. Good jab from Rob as well. Another
Nice
single
level
leg
change
attempt.
and double by Yagshimuradov. Beautiful sprawl.
Oh, good balance there by Rob. Earned a finish in his first regular season fight in the first round. Hard-fought decision over Simon Biong in the second. Now starts round two in a southpaw stance. Big John McCarthy, very close first round. How'd you score it?
It was a very close first round. You got to look at Yagshimuradov landing the heavier strikes is what's going to win the round for me. I get it 10-9.
Big John agrees with the AI score that gave Yagshimuradov a very slight edge in the first frame. Wilkinson potentially built some confidence after the 2 takedowns defended.
I think Yagshimuradov is just a little bit crisper and a little bit more technically refined in these ranges. As Wilkinson moves forward, most of the time people cover up and move backward, and that's what allows him to crash forward with that bullying style. But Yagshimuradov will stand his ground and slip counter. That's a very different problem that Wilkinson's starting to try and figure out a little bit. He needs to dominate the center, though, and take some of this movement away from his opponent.
Tried the check hook. As you saw, Yagshimuradov starting an attack. And Randy's strategy was a big question for me in this fight, because Rob does have those grappling credentials from earlier in his career, but we know Dovlet is also a very strong wrestler. So far, Wilkinson with no takedown attempts.
Yeah, very, very good wrestling. Nice sprawl and counter and balance from Wilkinson. Beautiful shots by Dovlet. See if he gets in deep on a takedown and gets Wilkinson to the ground. And does he have a problem? If he does, Wilkinson's so good on the ground as well.
Lead hook kick. Got a smile from Wilkinson. Dovlet's so good at letting his opponents come to him. He's so good at winning the patience game. Look at that, he doesn't even return. That's gonna build Rob Wilkinson's confidence to move forward, and then he's gonna look for his counters.
Landed a nice jab there, did Dovlet.
He's trying to tease him with that jab here.
Slightly quicker on the draw in that exchange. Draws that leg out of the way.
Dovlet shoots that jab right from his waist. It's tough to see, and it's very quick.
Fans getting a little bit restless, knowing what both of these men are capable of, and coming off a big knockout by Yagshimuradov. The crowd wanting to smell some blood here at the Seminole Hard Rock.
Watch out.
Round 2 halfway gone. We're at the midpoint of this fight. Winner moves on to a $1 million championship. There's that scooping jab again, coming from the waistline. Yagshimuradov getting his head off the center line every time he throws it. Absolutely necessary when facing an opponent with the power of Rob Wilkinson. Overhand right there. Snuck around the guard of Rob Wilkinson. He was able to roll the power off of it. Dan, who does this pace favor?
It favors Dovlet because he's able to work at the timing that he wants. He's got the space to move around. His feints are working for him. He's counter punching, and he's in no rush here, right? In his mind, he probably won the first round because he felt those shots land. There's that right hand again. So the pressure really is on Rob Wilkinson to do something different, to force the pace, force the point, and make his opponent work in ranges that are going to make him uncomfortable.
There's the footwork of Rob Wilkinson, temporarily cutting off Yagshimuradov.
Just for a moment, but then straight away, Yagshimuradov is off the fence again, and they're back in the center.
Perhaps a missed opportunity for the Australian there.
That was a good jab from Wilkinson, though.
Hand speed is the advice coming from the Wilkinson corner.
Hand speed drill, I think that's interesting. I wonder what that means.
Mark Montoya, one of the best in the business, offering his advice to the former champion from 2022 season.
Another good low kick there from Wilkinson. He's got to pick his pace up here a little bit.
Oh! Wilkinson shrugged it off, but that foot slapped right off of the jaw. And those are the attacks that you just don't often see from light heavyweights. Now here's Dovlet, head outside.
That was a clever feint. Wilkinson froze for a moment. Wasn't sure. Oh, that was a good kick return. Now it's lighting up. 15 seconds.
Oh, nice left hook by Wilkinson.
That left hook for me was the best punch from Wilkinson, but he eats another shot for his trouble.
Spinning back fist misses for Dovlet. A fascinating second round. Ready for the restart in this third and final round. Dovlet Yagshimuradov in the blue trunks, Rob Wilkinson in the black. We go to our judging experts, Big John McCarthy. How'd you score round 2, Big John?
You know, round 2 is, again, incredibly close. I had Yagshimuradov go a little bit up with about 30 seconds left. Rob Wilkinson had a couple of nice exchanges there. He might have stolen the round in that last 30 seconds, so I'm going to go 20. Right now, I got it 19-19. It's an even fight.
Could be the deciding round here. Winner advances to a $1 million championship fight. Rob Wilkinson has already been there and taken home the belt. Dovlet Yagshimuradov came over from the Bellator roster, chasing his first PFL title. Good jab lands for Dovlet. Wilkinson just not quite quick enough to pull the head out of range.
You know, part of the difference as well when they're exchanging jabs is that Yagshimuradov is just pivoting slightly on that lead foot. It's allowing him to get his head out of the way, but he's landing his own punch because he's still punching to the same direction. He's just moving his head as he's doing it. Nice calf kick there. I think Wilkinson's got to pick the pace up here. I think he's got to land something that's going to get the judges' attention.
I agree with that, Dan. I think he's got to let his hands go. He's got to mix it up. Make it a little ugly. It can't be precise and precision with this guy.
Ian Parker, the odds have swung in the favor of Dovlet Yagshimuradov. How do you think this fight's going?
It's interesting because with Dovlet, he was at minus 450. He dropped down to minus 270. And if Big John is right 1-1, then Wilkinson does have to pick up the pace because every time these guys have exchanges, it looks like Dovlet lands more power, although Wilkinson is blocking it. It's an interesting thing. If you think it's 1-1 and you think Wilkinson can stick it out, plus 200's a nice number. It's anyone's fight right now, but I think if Wilkinson's going to pull it off, he has to step it up. He's got to throw more volume, and he's got to throw some caution to the wind. Now is not the time to be hesitant.
I'm somewhat surprised to not see Rob Wilkinson with his traditional forward blitz, pressure into the cage. He's been so successful with that inside the smart cage in the past. So far, nothing doing in that regard. Halfway through round 3.
Oh, and again, a beautiful 1-2 from Dovlet. I feel like Wilkinson's giving him too much respect here, Sean. What do you think?
I think he knows he's not fast in those exchanges, and yet he's still trying to engage in that race.
Yes.
Volume might be the answer for Rob Wilkinson. Forward pressure, you might have to eat one to give 2.
See now, when he gets him close to the fence, is when he tends to attack. We've seen Rob do that the other 2 rounds in this fight. He gets him right here, and now it's when you'll see Rob attack, and he's not pulling the trigger.
Good foot movement there by Dovlet. Took the angle and moved left.
He's got really clever footwork. It's so subtle, the nuanced movement that we've got. He's just getting him out of range. I mean, Wilkinson's starting to get the length of the arms of Dovletson, so he's able to get his head out of the way a bit more of these shots. But it's when he commits to his own punches and gets countered, that's really where he's paying the price.
Everything about Dovlet is deceptive. His build, he's got those thick thighs, and yet he bounces so lightly and he moves so quickly.
Nice
Good jab. Left hand landed for Wilkinson. Switch there. Went for the blitz. Final minute of this light heavyweight semifinal. And again, a 1-2 from Dovlet with that jab coming from the low angle.
It's like a screw punch. He stings it through the guard, and it's causing Rob Wilkinson to go into a very broken posture, causing disarray, and then that right hand's coming over the top, and he's just whipping his chin a few times here. 30 seconds left. Level change. Can he defend this takedown, Wilkinson? He's got great balance. Look at that. Wow.
Beautiful work by Wilkinson to shrug off the takedown attempt, and a nice knee, but he backs out. That clinch is where he's been so successful. Didn't want to grab it. Not against Dovlet.
He's really worried about the takedown there. Well, he doesn't want to hang in the plum like he normally does and drive those knees up the middle.
Good right hand and a left from Wilkinson.
Head outside single again by
like
Dovlet.
clockwork at this point in every single round. And now look at this, Dovlet swinging away. There's the last bell, and we will go to the judges' scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, after going the distance all 3 rounds, we go to your 3 judges at cage side for the decision. All 3 judges see the contest 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, securing his spot in the $1 million light heavyweight world championship, Dovlet Wolfhound Yagshimuradov.
Gentlemen, you know the rules. Protect yourself at all times and listen to my commands. When I say stop, you stop. Fight hard, fight fair. God bless and keep it real. Step back in your corner.
Chance of Dovlet already raining down. He's in the black trunks, Impa Kasunganai in the blue. One added element to this light heavyweight rivalry, Kill Cliff is where Impa Kasunganai trains. Dovlet Yagshimuradov has adopted American Top Team. They want a win over Impa badly because twice he's beat their coach's son, Josh Silvera.
Oh, straight into range. Impa once again
behind the jab.
I also think it's worth mentioning, we both picked up on it as they were making the announcements. As they were announcing Impa and the crowd started to boo, Dovlet waved it up. He was like, no boos. I love the respect between these two guys. They both know how incredibly talented and skilled and conditioned they are. I mean, are they 2 of the most dynamic light heavyweights, apart from yourself, of course, Sean?
Look, I have no delusions of the kind of speed and conditioning these 2 individuals have shown us.
Oh, man.
Oh, but Impa's hurt.
Nice count.
Impa's in big trouble here.
He's in big trouble.
He's in big trouble.
Impa Kasunganai! Dovlet Yagshimuradov!
For the official presentation, we once again welcome back His Excellency Badr Al-Kahi, Vice Minister of Sport. Ladies and gentlemen, inside the PFL Smart Cage, it comes to an end. Just 58 seconds into round number 1. He is the winner by knockout and earns the $1 million as the 2024 PFL Light Heavyweight World Champion, Dovlet Yagshimuradov.
Never before has a light heavyweight champion repeated, and that trend continues. In his first PFL season, Dovlet Yagshimuradov takes home the light heavyweight championship.
And it'll be PFL CEO Pete Murray once again to award the $1 million check.
Pete Murray hands Dovlet the $1 million check. And Randy, that's going to open up a lot of movie roles for him.
Yeah.
Dan Hardy inside the Smart Cage to talk to our winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner, the light heavyweight 2024 champion, Dovlet Yagshimuradov. Congratulations, my friend. That was incredible. How are you feeling?
Поздравляю тебя с боем. Как себя чувствуешь?
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh. Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, thank you so much. Very beautiful. I'm feeling good. I'm very happy. Alhamdulillah, it's my big fan. It's my family here. It's very, thank you, PFL. I like it, PFL. I like it, champion. Now, 2024 years. I'm champion this year. Next year, inshallah, again.
Now we're here for the winner, Celsius post-fight interview, and you've got some incredible fans here, some incredible support out in the crowd. What does this kind of support mean to you, and how much did it help you get that belt?
Потрясающая поддержка у тебя здесь. Что эта поддержка для тебя значит и как она тебе помогла выиграть этот титул?
It's very, I don't know. По-русски скажу. Это очень сильная поддержка. Спасибо всем. От души просто, четко.
I mean, this support has meant a lot for me. You know, it's like motivates me a lot, and this is why we're doing this. Thank you very much.
Now, we're going to see the finish on these screens. If you want to turn around and look at these, we can see them here. Talk me through this finish. Impa's a very dangerous guy. Talk to me about the finish, the game plan.
Поговори про свой, то, как ты закончил бой, потому что Импа очень опасный боец. Что происходило в этот момент?
Я скажу вам так, Импа очень хороший боец, хороший. Ну, я сегодня стал лучше, благодаря Всевышнему. Аллаху Акбар.
Listen, I can tell you like this, Impa is a very good fighter, but today I was better than him, and help got me with that one.
So you've got the belt, you've got the $1 million. Are you already thinking about 2025? Do you come back and try and win the season again?
Ты уже думаешь о 25-м году сезоне?
Иншаллах, конечно, я думаю, если Всевышний позволит, я хоть уже на следующей неделе готов драться.
Of course, I'm thinking about it, and if God willing, you know, I'm ready to fight even next week if you're gonna put a show.
I think you deserve a rest, my friend. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Dovlet Yagshimuradov.
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.